G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm in the very back of the bus and I'm going to continue working on the laundry area and hopefully get my washing machine installed. So this is a space where I'm talking about. It's right at the back of the bus. I've got my bathroom on one side and on the opposite side is going to be my laundry area. Now I've already made a start on this and I do have a previous video where I showed how I've built sort of this part of the laundry here. But basically this area here is where my washing machine is going to go, and just above that I'll have some space for some drying racks. That I'll be building in a little bit later on. This area just to the side of where the washing machine is a little area where I can have some hanging space for clothes. So this will be a little open wardrobe area. Now you can see I've already got some pipe here. This is John Guest pipe and it's going down through the floor there. This clear hose that you can see is the breather tube for the fresh water tank that sits under the floor here. I showed how I did that a couple of videos ago where I talked about doing the freshwater plumbing in the bus, and also previously when I ran the pipes for the grey water under the floor I also ran this one. So this hose comes up here through the floor, it's running underneath the bus here and it comes out up through the floor again here behind the fridge where all of the grey waste and everything goes, and this is the other end of it here. So this is going to be the hose for the tap that connects to the washing machine. So I'll be connecting this up to the freshwater hose here. So I'll be putting a T-piece in here and joining this hose up so that water can come from the pump up to there, down underneath the floor and up here, and I'll have a tap in here somewhere that I can connect up to the washing machine. I'm going to finish off this wall cladding here on this part of the wall. I need to put a floor in the bottom here to sit the washing machine on, and then I'll be able to bring the washing machine in and do all the plumbing and hook it up. My supervisor has already taken up her favourite position in the bus. Hey, beautiful. Good girl. Alright, so I'm going to start with the wall cladding and finish that off. This is probably my favourite part of the bus build because, I don't know, I just find it enjoyable, like doing all the different, mucking around with the different coloured stains, and like it allows me to be a little bit creative and it's a bit fun. And it's easy, which is always a bonus. So now to do the cladding, I'm just using the same boards that I've used throughout the bus, which are these. These are just the pine lining boards that you can get at Bunnings. They're pretty cheap. I think they're now about $8 each for a 2.4 metre long piece. And because they're made from pine, they're super lightweight. They're only 12 millimetres thick, so they're very lightweight. And they stain really nicely. There it is, guys. Cladding is all finished, or at least it is up to the shelf. I still have to do this little bit here, but I can do that later. I've left this gap here because I needed somewhere to run the water inlet hose and the drain hose from the washing machine through to the wardrobe space where I'm going to have my plumbing. So that's what that gap's for. And you can see I've put a floor down on here. I've given the whole lot a nice coat of Cabothane clear varnish, so it's all sealed up now. And it's time to get the washing machine in. Alright guys, so this is the washing machine that I'm going to be putting in the bus. It's a Sphere 3.3 kilo top loader. This particular one's a pretty popular model in a lot of caravans, so a lot of people have used it. It gets a lot of really good reviews online, which is why I went with it. And if I just take this out, it's got a reasonable sized tub in there. I've had people tell me that they can wash a double-sized doona cover in that, so I'm hoping that's the case. Yeah, so let's get it into the bus and get it connected. Alright, well there it is in position, and don't know if you can see, but I've got the water inlet hose as well as the drain hose coming through the gap in the wall there. So they're coming out into this little wardrobe space here. So what I need to do now is hook up the plumbing. So this is the pipe that's coming from the pump that will go up to join up with this one. This is a bit long, but I can't really shorten it. So what I'm thinking I might do is kind of loop this one up and loop this hose down. They're both quite happy to curve that way. So, and then I can tuck that in there, and that'll be sort of out of the way of the hanging space. And then this waste hose here, I'm going to join up to my grey water hose. It's going to go through the floor, and I was originally going to connect this to my grey water tank, but this washing machine uses quite a lot of water, and I think it would pretty quickly fill the grey water tank on a normal cycle. So I would probably only use it when I can run the water out from the bus. So I'm just going to run it straight through the floor, and I'll have a cam lock connection on it the same as I do on my grey tank, so I can hook a hose up to it and drain it to wherever. But I'm just going to do the water inlet side for now. So this is my John Guest pipe, and it's 12mm diameter, and this washing machine inlet hose has a BSP thread on it that's 3/4 inch. So I need to put some fittings on to join this 12mm John Guest pipe to the 3/4 inch washing machine hose. And the way that I'm going to do it is with these three things here. So this is a John Guest tap. You saw me put this on a number of things in the freshwater side of the plumbing in a couple of videos ago. So this will get connected to the inlet pipe, and from there I've got this fitting here. Now this is a John Guest joiner at one end, and the other end is a 3/4 inch BSP thread. So I'll join that to that, and then I've got a 3/4 inch nipple which will just screw into the end of that, and then also screw into the end of that. So I'll put some plumber's tape on these threads and get them all connected and see what that looks like. Alright guys, well there's the freshwater side done. So the pipe, I'll show you on this side first actually. So it's a bit hard to see, but the pipe splits off this cold water line here. You can just see that T-piece there. It's coming, so water comes up from the pump along this line to the bathroom and then splits off and goes down through the floor there, underneath the bus, comes up through the floor here, loops around and joins onto this tap, so I can turn the tap on or off when I want to do anything with the washing machine, and then it connects through these fittings to the washing machine inlet. So that there is the cold water inlet to the washing machine, That's all done. Now I need to hook up this drain hose so that it can go through the floor and to an outlet that I can hook a grey water hose onto. So my plan is I'll drill a hole back here, so just in front of where the breather tube holes are, and I'll drill a hole there big enough to fit my 25mm sullage hose through. So it will go through there, and if I can get under the bus and show you here. Oh, it's getting a bit crowded under here, but you can see, well, I hope you can see, that's where my breather hose is going up through the floor there. So it's really awkward here because I've got tail light wires and all sorts of things in the way, but the hole will sort of come through there. So I'll be able to pass the sullage hose down through the floor there, and I'm thinking I'll bring it here and attach like a cam lock fitting that I can put a grey water hose onto, and I'll hopefully just be able to cable tie it to the body here somewhere so it sort of sits out here where I can get to it easily. Alright, so there's another big hole in the bus floor. So this here is my sullage hose that I'm going to be using. It's the same hose that I used for the rest of my grey water plumbing. It's 1 inch diameter, so that should well and truly fit down through there. Now, in order to connect my washing machine hose, which is 3/4 inch, up to my 1 inch sullage hose, I have this fitting here. I just bought this from Bunnings. It's a hose joiner that's got a 3/4 inch barb on one end and a 1 inch barb on the other end, so I should just be able to join the two hoses together with that. And then this one will go out through the floor. I'll put an elbow on it to direct it towards the body on the side of the bus, and then I'll attach this cam lock fitting so that when I want to use the washing machine and drain the water away, I'll be able to connect my grey water hose onto that like I do to the grey water tank, and drain the water away. Alright guys, well there's the drain hose from the washing machine. So it's coming out from the bottom corner of the washing machine. It comes up through that hole in the wall, down, joins up to my 1 inch sullage hose, goes through the floor, and at the moment I've just got it coming down here and just cable tied to the body here. I'm not entirely happy with that. If I come around the side here, you can kind of see it sticking out of the bus. It looks a bit crappy. I'm just not sure what else to do with that at the moment, because as you can see I don't have the rear bumper on. I took that off because it had a lot of dents. I'm going to try and fix it and put it back on. And I'm also not 100% sure what I'm doing with the back of the bus here, whether I'm, it'll depend on what the bus weighs when it's finished and how much weight I've got left to play with. I may get a custom kind of tow bar set up at the back here that's actually got a step up into the back door. I haven't decided about any of that yet, so I'm not going to necessarily be able to access this thing from the back of the bus, so I'm just trying to do it at the moment so that I can come at it from the side. Once I've figured out what I'm doing with this back section here, I may end up changing that and rerouting that to somewhere else, but that'll do for now. So I just need to silicone around these holes here in the floor to seal them all up. But before I do that, I should probably test run the machine and make sure it all works and that I don't have any leaks back here. Alright guys, time to test this machine. Let's take this out. Alright, so I do actually have some tea towels that need washing, so may as well put them in. Alright. Okay. Now I've just filled up the tank and I've set this to 60 litres because that's supposedly how much my tank holds. I'm not sure if I'd actually get 60 litres out of it before it runs dry, but I've just set it to that. That will count down as the pump pumps water into the machine, so I'll be able to see how much the machine's using as well. Alright, so that's turned on. Singing to me. Okay, so water level set to medium. Sounds good. So I'll do the whole cycle, yeah, wash, rinse and spin. So I think with this one you can just set it okay, so if you just wanted to do a rinse and a spin, or just a spin. One of the things that's good about this kind of top loader is that you can actually just do a spin cycle without rinsing first. I can't do that on my front loader that I've got in the house. So, you know, if I'm running low on water and I just want to wash some small things like underwear and socks or whatever, I can actually hand wash those and then just put them in the machine to spin them to get them dry. So that's a handy little feature. I might first of all just set it to wash, just to see how much water it uses on a normal wash cycle with that level. So it's saying, I think this means it's going to take 14 minutes to do a normal wash cycle. Okay, here goes. You can see the water going in. Not seeing any leaks. And for now I've just got a big plastic tub to catch the water under there, and I can use that to water the garden so it's not wasted. Alright, well it's filled up the machine and it's started washing. So far it all looks like it's working pretty well. If I come around here, so 39, so it used 21 litres of water to fill that, which is a lot. Alright, so you can see the power that the washing machine's using. It's sort of fluctuating a bit between 60 and 160 odd watts as it works, but you can see I'm drawing plenty of solar to keep the batteries topped up, so there's no issues at all with running it at the moment. It's a sunny day, the panels are getting lots of sun, so having no trouble at all powering that. Alright, so far so good. It's got less than a minute to go, so it's almost finished its wash cycle. So I just want to make sure, I'm happy that there's no leaks to the inlet side of the plumbing. I just need to make sure there's no leaks to the drainage when it empties itself out. Okay, so first thing to note is that it doesn't drain after the wash cycle, which makes sense because one of the other good things about these machines is that you can reuse the washing water, you know, to save on water, because obviously this used 20 litres of water to fill this tub. I could do a couple of loads of washing in that same water before rinsing, just to help conserve the water. Alright, well I guess to drain that I'll have to put it on a rinse and spin, so we'll do that. A rinse and a spin, we may as well test that because I want to make sure that it's not leaking when it drains out. So I'm assuming now it's going to drain this water out and refill it with clean water for the rinse. So we'll see. Okay, I can hear it draining out. Water is pouring out there, so the drain hose is obviously not blocked. And I'm not getting any leaks around there, which is good. I can't see where the drain hose goes into the washing machine now, but I'm assuming it's fine because all the water seems to be coming out this end. So happy with that. Now it's filling with water again for the rinse. Alright, now it's on its spin. Oh, why is it rinsing again? Okay, you guys, I've got a bit of a problem with this in that every time it tries to start spinning, it automatically kicks back into the rinse cycle. Now, I looked up the manual, and that's one of the safety mechanisms that it has built in. If the clothes are uneven in the tub, it puts them through like another rinse to try and even them out a little bit. Now, it's done that quite a few times now, and the clothes are really not unbalanced in the tub, so that's not the issue. The other thing that I suspect is causing the problem is that the bus is not level at the moment. Where it's parked, it's actually kind of sloping down quite a bit towards the passenger side, and so I think that's the problem. This machine needs to be level within sort of 2 degrees, and I think where the bus is sitting at the moment, I just don't think the spin cycle is going to work on this. And I can't move the bus at the moment, so the full test of this machine will have to wait till another day when I can move the bus and get it level, which is a bit annoying, but I've done enough testing for today to know that it doesn't appear to be leaking. It's filling up really well. There's no leaks in the inlet. It drains really well. I can't see any leaks from the drainage hose side, so I'm happy with all that. The machine seems to be working. I just need to wait for a day when the bus is properly level to give this a 100% test. The next day I ended up moving the bus into the shed, which has a level floor, and I tested the machine again, and very happy to see that the spin cycle worked perfectly when the bus was level. So now that I'm happy that the washing machine works and there aren't any leaks, I can go ahead and finish securing it into place. Now, the washing machine can't move forward this way because of this wall, and it can't move back this way because of this wall. So I really just need to secure it so that it can't come this way when I'm driving. And it's a little bit tricky because I can't just simply build in a timber enclosure here, because if I open the fridge door here, you'll see it only just opens past the washing machine, so I can't really come out much further than what the washing machine itself already does. So what I'm thinking of doing is using some flat strips of aluminium to wrap around the front of the washing machine, and they're only a few millimeters thick, and I can screw them into the front of these walls here, and hopefully that will be enough to stop it moving forward. Okay, and this is the stuff I'm talking about using here. This is, I think, 40 mil wide aluminium and 3 millimeters thick. I've got a bit of this left over from the first bus build. It's got some holes in it, but that's not going to matter. And I'm hoping that that will be flexible enough for me to be able to bend it a little bit to wrap around the machine. I'm going to give that a go anyway. Some of this adhesive foam that I've just picked up in a roll like that at Bunnings. So I'm just sticking it on these strips to protect the front of the washing machine a bit so it's not scratched by the aluminium on the front of it. I bent the strips a bit to kind of shape them around the curve of the washing machine, and also because the washing machine sticks out a little bit from the walls on either side, so I just molded the strips so that they fit nicely around that shape. Guys, there it is. I'm really happy with that actually. You can see the foam there's just cushioning the front of the machine. It is rock solid in there, it can't come forward at all. And I've got just enough room We come around this side. There's just enough room for the freezer door to open without whacking it. So yeah, super happy with that. Washing machine is installed.